Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 674, and it is your review of Charlie Chaplin's The Gold Rush. As always, is Nerd going to hear the host, show on to my wonderful co host, Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful Monday night.
Yep, Monday night, live and early and ad-free for you all over on patreon.com/the nerdcore. At the $1 tier, you get this episode live and ad-free for your wonderful years before anybody else gets to listen to it on Tuesday. And of course, today's episode is brought to you by SeatGeek, but we'll talk about that later on in the show. And of course, Brad, before we can get into the review, how are you doing today?
Doing okay. Ro, went to work. About it.
Yep.
I did start Fallout this weekend, so
Yep.
I have gone through a few episodes. And yeah, Amazon spent money on that, so
Yeah. We'll have our Fallout review next week. And we'll have that season review next week for you all. We're not doing episodically, so we're going to be doing that as just the season review. I was going to ask you if you wanted to, what's it called, do Knuckles. Knuckles is dropping this week as well.
the movie or the show?
It's like a 4-episode miniseries.
Oh, I guess
Yeah.
we could.
On Paramount Plus, though.
I don't know. Do you have to watch? Have you had to have watched the Sonic movies to understand that whole concept?
You watched the first one, didn't you?
I don't remember.
I mean, the second one is a lot of fun with Knuckles.
I don't think I did. I just talking shit to that one guy and pissed him off. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking watch it. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're I'm not gonna lie, Brad. They're pretty good movies.
Yeah, it's the principle of the thing.
Yeah, I know it's the principle of the thing. Yeah, but it looks like a pretty fun series. I think it's like only like 4 episodes, so it's like,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I just went to work as well and went ahead and I was at work and I did my work stuff. Yeah.
Work stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted an update on the bruise.
Doesn't seem as red.
No. It is nasty though.
Yeah.
It's pretty nasty. Yeah. But yeah, I went to work, Brad. I came back here. I took a really big nap. Woke up to take the dogs out, watch this movie, and started uploading the episodes for the Nerdcore live show feed of Shogun. So all of Shogun currently is up on that feed, y'all, for audio listeners. So please go ahead and go and follow that feed and leave a 5-star review on that feed, please. But yeah, yep. But Brad, anything to report? What was up? Did you get to watch the Danielson and Osprey match?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
Wait, no, I did. I did watch.
Did?
Sorry, I thought you were talking about the boxing match.
No, not Garcia. No, not Garcia and Haney.
Okay, no. Yes, I did watch the Osprey Danielson match.
Yeah,
that
fucking
was
crazy, right?
That was pretty good. That was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, fuck, man. Well, that's my favorite match of the year so far. Oh my god, what a match! Yeah, the freaking what's it called? Hidden blade into the Psycho knee mid-air, bro. Holy crap! Yeah, what a freaking match, man. Osprey, man, he's crazy. Yeah. Also, Brad, I was while I was downloading episodes for this for the feed, I noticed, bro, I was like, why the fuck isn't our episode of Shogun got a single view? Like, what's up with that? Brad, you put the thing to be unlisted. You didn't put it for public.
That's how I'm supposed to put it. Unlisted.
No, on Sundays for the live show is for
Dude,
everybody.
Man, like I don't fucking know on the weekends. Like I do the main show shit. And that's how I was told to do it. So if it's off and you don't tell me to do it, I'm doing it.
I didn't notice until today. I didn't notice until fucking today. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I'm like, why don't we have a single view on this video? And I was like, oh my god, Brad put it out on unlisted.
Which is what I put all the shows. Because that is how I was taught to do it.
All because of my fucking hand. It was hurting like a motherfucker. That's the only reason why I didn't fucking do it. I didn't fucking do it on Saturday. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, why is this what's it called, got no views. Like, you're telling me nobody wanted to listen to our to what's
No.
it called, a review of Shogun? I was like,
It's
what
a-
the hell? Yeah. And but that explained why there was like 5 viewers on X, one on Twitch, and zero on YouTube.
Hey,
Yeah,
don't know what to tell you.
yeah, yeah. But what a time! What a time! It was just I was so confused. I was like, why is there like not a single view on YouTube here? Like, that we like, did we like feel completely different from everybody else?
No,
Yeah,
we just unlisted.
yeah. It's just fucking unlisted. Yeah, but but yeah, man. Tomorrow I get my copy of Nostalgia, Brad. My 4K of Nostalgia comes in tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. Um, that means that we'll be able to finally conclude Tarkovsky here on the channel soon. So that'll be fun, and we
Cool.
won't have to look at a really ugly copy of the film.
Yay.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, we're concluding Charlie Chaplin Month today as we wrap it up with this film, The Gold Rush. And for those of you who are wanting specifics, we are going to be discussing the 1942 version of the film because I said, hey, fuck it, let's go ahead and throw it a little different in here. And but I was not aware that it was actually the same movie. Just
Yeah, it was the same movie, just Charlie talking,
talking, yeah,
talking. Well, not talking in the movie, but like
narration,
narration.
or and yeah. And again, I guess you just took off all the intertext with
Yeah.
the what's it called, the dialogue and all that. So yeah. But with that said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this going. Brad, let's go ahead and do this thing. Today's episode of the Nerdcore is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off your first order with code the Nerdcore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. Let me go ahead and introduce you all to The Gold Rush, guys. The Gold Rush is a 1925 American silent comedy film written, produced, and directed by Charlie Chaplin. The film also stars Chaplin in his Little Tramp persona, Georgia Hale, Max Swain, Tom Murray, Henry Bergman, and Malcolm White. Chaplin drew inspiration from photographs of the Klondike Gold Rush and as well as the story of the Donner Party, who, when snowbound in the Sierra Nevada, when driven to cannibalism or leather from their shoes. Chaplin, who believed tragedies and comics were not far from each other, decided to combine these stories of deprivation and horror in comedy. He decided that this famous rogue figure would become a gold digger who joins a brave optimist determined to face all the pitfalls associated with the search of gold, such as sickness, hunger, cold, loneliness, or the possibility that he may at any time be attacked by a grizzly bear. Then the film scenes like Chaplin cooking and dreaming of his shoe, or how his starving friend Big Jim sees him as a chicken, could be seen. The Gold Rush was critically acclaimed upon its release and continues to be one of Chaplin's most celebrated works. Chaplin himself cited it several times as the film for which he most wanted to be remembered. In 1942, Chaplin re-released a version with sound effects, music, and narration, which received Academy Award nominations for Best Music Score and Best Sound Recording. In 1958, the film was voted number 2 on the prestigious Brussels 12 list at the 1958 World Expo by a margin of only 5 votes, behind Battleship Potemkin. In 1992, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. In 1953, the original 1925 version of the film, entered the public domain in the United States because the claimants did not renew its copyright registration in the 20th year after publication. Of course, written, directed, produced, starring Charlie Chaplin. Cinematography is done by Roland Tothero, edited by Chaplin. Music from the re-release was done by Charlie Chaplin, Carly Eleanor, Max Turr, and James L. Fields. And it sits at an hour and oh shit, I don't have. Oh, here we go. Yeah, an hour and 35 minutes for the original, but the 72-minute 24 FPS is that's how long it is. Now we're in 12 minutes. Yeah, and 24 frames per second. On a budget of $923,000, Brad, it made $2.5 million in the U.S., Canada, and $4 million worldwide.
That's impressive.
So, $6.5 million.
Trying to figure out how this movie was 923,000, but
Yeah, who the fuck knows, Brad? Who the fuck knows? But Brad, I have to say, Brad, I'm gonna go ahead and be a disclaimer here. This is my least favorite Chaplin we've watched so far, but I'm not saying that it's not entertaining because I really did find this fun. I really like this movie. I thought it was fucking funny with the bear in the beginning, like just walking behind him. I was like, oh my!
now
And
the
then the
question
bear just goes into the cave.
now it begs the question: is it a real bear? Is it a guy in a bear suit? Because we've
I
seen a
think the
real lion
chicken.
thus far.
I think the chicken was a chicken in a guy in a chicken suit.
The chicken was a guy in the chicken. It was probably Chaplin in a chicken suit, to be
Yeah,
honest. Because if I was Chaplin, I would want to wear the chicken suit. The bear though is questionable in some places because sometimes it looks like a guy in a bear suit, and sometimes it looks like a bear.
yeah. So they did a pretty damn good job at making us wonder if it was a real bear.
Yeah, it was very
But
questionable.
I still had a lot of fun with it. I still found it really charming and really funny. I stacked up against everything else that we watched this month, along with The Great Dictator. This definitely isn't my favorite Chaplin. Brad, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, Ro, I think you're absolutely right. Um, he was thinking I was
Yeah,
gonna say it was wrong. No, this is. I mean, when I compare it to what we've watched, The Great Dictator, The Kid, City Lights. I mean, even The Circus. I think.
sure. I love the circus. Yeah,
I mean, I like those movies just a little bit more, or in some cases, quite a bit more than The Gold Rush. I think it's a fun film by Charlie. I don't think it's a I don't think he misses. I think he's another one that just doesn't miss. But at the same time, it's not my favorite. There's moments of hilarity in this. When there's the snowstorm and they open the doors and he gets pushed through the door,
or when the
or
when the house is tiptoed and it's
tilting when Big Jim tries to eat him. I mean, there's moments in his they do make you chuckle.
yeah,
But when I compare it to like The Great Dictator or City Lights,
yeah,
it's not quite up to those movies, in my
not quite
opinion.
my tempo.
Yeah, not quite my tempo.
Yeah. Like, it's just and it's like I'm telling you, man, like this whole month we've watched all these like silent era like classics. Remember we watched The Kid, we watched City Lights, we watched we watched Circus. I still even like the Circus more than I like this one. Um
Yeah,
but it
I
still
think the
has its
circus was
charm.
funnier. I think the circus had more funny moments.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think this one is charming. It has very charming moments.
Oh yeah.
And then Georgia Hale in this. Charlie Chaplin knows how to hire the very attractive actresses for his
Oh yeah,
movies.
very
Apparently,
beautiful woman, man. Oh
yeah,
my god, she was beautiful. Um but yeah, and I was just like I said, like it's just I wasn't like massively impressed the way that I've been impressed with like his other movies that I've watched this month. But I have to say, like it's wild to see him like cover something like the Donner Party in such humor. But it goes to show just how great of a storyteller he was. And, like he was able to find the humor in that and be able to translate it over to the screen well enough where it's not like outwardly like making fun of them. Instead, it's kind of like trying to use the situation to push a little bit of humor in there.
yeah,
Yeah. So I really like that, and I thought that that was a really good, really cool move from him to make it like to make the film like that. I love the score. I There was parts of the score, Brad, and I mean this is probably you probably aren't gonna remember the Vertigo score, but I remember it really well because I've seen the movie like 5 fucking times, so I know that score really well. But there were moments of the score where I was like, "Is this about to sound like the freaking Vertigo from Hitchcock?" And for some reason it got like I was like, "Oh crap, no, it's not. No, it's not." I'm like, "Okay," but I like the score. I I don't know if the narration really helps this movie, Brad.
I'm,
I think
honestly,
I might have preferred to have watched the silent version.
yeah, man, I don't. I
which is
mean,
weird for me to say.
it might have been because not only was Charlie Chaplin narrating like the written cards,
Yeah,
he was narrating other characters. He was
yeah,
narrating himself on screen, and then so it got kind of into weird territory there.
yeah.
I didn't hate it, but at the same time, I think I might agree with you. It might have been better as the
As a s-
1925 version.
yeah, as a silent era film, like
Yeah.
I think I might have liked it at least with the score in the back, right, for the silent film. But yeah, I was just kind of like, I don't know if I'm really like, I don't think I really like this way that the with the what's it called with the narration.
I mean, because we've seen like the kid and City Lights, like it was
Yeah,
unnecessary. There wasn't like with the cards. There was perfectly fine movies, even
yeah.
great. I got to bring up one scene though because we haven't brought it up, and I gutturally laughed at it. I thought it might have been the funniest part of the movie. There is a dog in the shack when they first get there. Charlie Chaplin and Big Jim,
Yeah.
and then Big Jim goes like, "I'm hungry" or something, and he grabs the dog and he walks outside. And Charlie's face is like this shock moment, and I'm expecting Big Jim to have eaten the dog. Like I'm literally, and then Big Jim walks back in with the dog. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Like, oh, thank God he
Oh,
didn't
thank
fucking
God
eat
he
the
didn't eat
dog.
the dog.
But he thought about it. That's
He
the
did.
thing. He thought about it.
I mean, Charlie definitely thought he was going to. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that was planned or if that was Big Jim's actor just going, "Hey, dog," after he says,
Dog.
"I'm hungry."
Dog. Yeah. I really wonder, Brad, if the bear was real. Like,
I mean, it was a good suit if it wasn't. Like,
yeah. By the way, just the techniques they were using, like the transition from him in the chicken suit to like it being Charlie Chaplin, I was like, oh
yeah,
my God, like that was a good transition.
that
Like,
was a good transition, especially for what was it, 1925?
yeah.
Like, holy God. And I just bring up the bear mentioning if I don't know if it's real or not, just because in the circus, the lion was real.
Yeah. Originally, a stagehand wore the chicken suit from Jim's hallucination, but when he couldn't move Sir Charles Chaplin walk and manners, Chaplin himself donned the suit.
Knew it.
Yep. Wow. Okay. An actual American black bear was used for the scene where the lone prospector encounters the beast. This was unusual for the time when it was normal for very phony looking costume men to play large animals.
Okay, that explains why the bear looked like a bear,
Yeah.
because it was a bear.
Yeah. That was a, oh my God, that was an actual real bear, Brad. Oh my God.
I also like some of the dialogue. Some of the dialogue is pretty funny in this movie.
Yeah.
Is like when they get out to the cabin and I guess the dude on the run, the felon, they run into him and he's basically telling Chaplin to get out, and that's all he says. He says, "Get out, get out, get out," and Charlie just like moves around back into the cabin and shit. And I'm sitting there just going, "Oh God, this is funny as shit." It shouldn't be as funny as I'm thinking it is, but just with his mannerisms, with the tram's mannerisms, it just makes
Yeah.
it so much better.
Yeah. And you know, the fact that this is another film with a tramp, I was like, damn, bro, like this doesn't really hit like the other tramp films I've watched. You know,
No,
like compared to like City Lights and the Kid, it's like I really like the tramp in those films.
I
Like,
mean, and I feel like it might be due, and nothing against Georgia Hell. I think she's beautiful in this and does a
great.
good job. But you have more chemistry between Chaplin, like in City Lights, and the
Oh
female
yeah.
actress in that, and then in the kid, Charlie
Yes. A
Chaplin, and the
thousand percent.
relationship with the kid. It's like the relationship wasn't like allowed to go that far, like in City Lights, because
Yeah.
that just brought you in and made you feel for those two, and did a really good job at showing that relationship bloom. And this one, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I have something here, Brad. Max Swain. Max Swain decided to quit, complained that he couldn't bear such a vigorous role wearing a thick fur winter suit.
Big Jim.
Sir Charles Chaplin let him leave, but decided to coax him, to
Coax him.
coax him back. Unfortunately, Swain had already shaved, and rather than have for him wear a fake beard, Chaplin decided to pause production until Swain regrew his beard. God damn. Oh, wow. Brett, the movie may well feature the earliest born actor in any major film. Born in 1828 in modern day Bronzo, Texas, Pop Taylor appears in the movie as the ancient dancing prospector. He was 70 years old
Oh
at the
wow!
time of the actual Klondike gold rush of 1898. From Bronzo, Texas himself, huh?
Holy crap!
Yeah. At the time of filming, Sir Charles Chaplin and Georgia Hale were having an affair. So that when the finale's lingering kiss was filmed, it was, according to Hale in Unknown Chaplin 1983, not acting. By the time the movie was reissued in 1942, Chaplin was long done with Hale, and he trimmed their final scene to exclude the long kiss.
Oh, damn!
Ugh.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's holding a grudge.
yeah.
How did you like that ending? I wasn't sure about that ending because it's like I found my gold. We're millionaires. Let's get on the Titanic.
I wasn't a really big. I was like I'm telling you, Brad. I was just kind of like, oh, all right, like it's whatever. I'm
I mean,
like,
I thought it was all right. I mean, I get it. Like, you become a millionaire back in the 20s. What else
yeah,
fuck you supposed to do except get on the big boat?
yeah. He's gonna die on the fucking Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, Brad. Like even though she was having an affair with her, like I don't feel like I ever felt any real connection with them. No real like chemistry with them. I was just like compared to like the women in City Lights and the kid. I was like I felt more with that ending of the kid, Brad.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think the editing isn't quite on this one. Like City Lights and the kid, you're allowed to be like surveying that relationship as it's happening. And you're like, okay, I mean, there is definitely, there's this father relationship in the kid, and then there's this very close, growing relationship between the tramp and the woman in City Lights, and you can actually feel that connection. I don't think that was ever allowed to be shown in the Gold Rush as well.
No.
Which is kind of surprising me because the kid was in 21 and he got that correct, and then City Lights was 31, and City Lights, he might have learned better
Yeah.
moving forward because City Lights, I mean, he knocked that one out.
But like I said, I still have a lot of fun with it. I still, what's it called, laughed, and I thought that it was still a very
Oh yeah,
charming film for Charlie Chaplin. Even at his like, even at the where the even at like where I think he's not the best, he's still doing better than a lot of people.
I mean, he is one of the funniest comedians to ever grace
Yeah,
stage and screen.
yeah. So I still really like this movie. I think my final verdict is more around like a 7.5, Brad.
Yeah, I forget what I gave the circus. I feel like it was an 8.5 or something. I think I would give this, yeah, 7.5 seems good. I think
Yeah,
7.5. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I like I said, I like it, man. And I think that I think maybe I'd be thinking about it a little bit, differently if I had watched the silent version because I just like I said, I felt like the narration just doesn't work that well.
It wasn't necessary, really. I don't
Yeah,
think. I mean, especially like if he was just narrating the cards, that'd be one thing. But he narrates himself in the movie. He narrates Big Jim, and all these other characters,
yeah.
and it's like,
It just kind of pulls you out of the film.
yeah,
And I'm just like, okay, like I'm kind of like out of it, like especially because like your voice doesn't match their what's it called their lips, so it's just like oh, it just feels odd.
yeah. There's a small British man speaking for Big Jim, and I would imagine like a big booming like voice coming out of Big Jim.
Yeah. Oh, Big Jim. All he wanted to do was eat his eat the tramp.
Oh yeah, the shoe eating seat. Jesus.
Oh my god. Like I said, funny movie.
Funny
I have
stuff.
had fun with it, but
It's not quite up there with the rest of them that we
yeah,
watched.
yeah, just not up there with the rest. But that concludes our review of the Gold Rush. And as always, thank you all so much for joining us. TheNerdCore.com is our website. Twitter at the Nerdcore _ Instagram at the Nerdcore, TikTok at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/ the Nerdcore for $1 a month. You get this episode live and ad free before anybody else gets to listen to it on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Central Time. And of course, we have other stuff going on. Tomorrow is our mini pod on the $5 tier, where you can go ahead and get that along with Wednesday's TV show commentary of True Detective Season 1, Episode 6. Next month is the last 2 episodes of True Detective Season 1, and we'll go move on from there to another show in June. But that's going to be on the $5 tier as well. And go and check that all out on patreon.com/thenerdcore. Of course, we also have our Discord, which you can go ahead and check out at this with our link in the description below. So go ahead and click that link and join our Discord to discuss Chaplin with us. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you leave a like, click the notification bell so you don't miss a single review that drops on the channel. I promise, guys, this is not going to be our last Chaplin month. We have so much more Chaplin to watch, and I would love to talk more Chaplin on here. Of course, if you're on the podcast side of things, leave a 5-star review and follow us on your favorite podcast app of choice. All of that helps us out so much. And of course, none of this is possible without our patrons. We want to thank our patrons for being the wonderful people that they are. And of course, they're all just amazing people. And of course, our Patreon producer, Shane, where can they find him, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/xsrk or on Twitter at thriftedil, or go buy something from the Suppy God at presentcityvintage.com.
Yeah. Of course, that is it for our Chaplin month. We are going to be bringing another different month this next month in May. But for now, that's it, guys. Like I said, it's going to look a little different this week because I have a family reunion. So, like I said, tomorrow and Wednesday is all Patreon stuff. Nothing on Thursday for y'all. Nothing on Friday. Nothing on Saturday. But on Sunday, I'll be back home and we can do our review of Shogun episode 10, the series finale for y'all. We'll have that up next week. We're back with more reviews, more live shows. We're going to be doing Fallout season 1 next week, and we have a lot of other cool stuff coming down the line. So for now, Brad, that's it. Let's go ahead and get them out of here.
All right, Roland. Thank you for being host as always. Thank to all those who join us in future chats. Thank to our listeners out there at Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, if you ever question if it's a man in a bear suit or a bear, just go with it's a bear. Young Yoda out.
They had some balls back in the day.
Lions and bears.